So all our information, intermittent fasting, it's not good for women.
So many women are intermittent fasting and people are like, oh, so do you intermittent fast? I was like, I would die. I would pass out on the ground if I fasted. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Pop Podcast. My name is Claudia Moriel and I go by The Light Guide.
And I'm Barbara Damasi from Barbara's Wellness.
So I'm so excited to be chatting with you again and getting together.
Me
we
too.
have so much to talk about all the time.
Yes.
We actually don't have enough time ever.
Yes, that is true. And that's why we're going to break this up into many episodes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we're going to start chatting today about who we are and what we do.
Yes. Perfect.
Right? Awesome.
Yes.
So I started out, I don't know how many years ago now. Let me think about it. At least 5 years ago, solid in my practice, but I've been doing health and wellness for a very long time. And I started doing health and wellness because I got super sick. I don't know if you can relate to that.
Oh, yes. Every healer I know
right?
comes to it from that story. Yes.
I know.
So what is your story? What happened?
So in my late 30s, I used to be, I am fit again. I was super fit. I was doing great. And then in my late 30s, something shifted. And the harder I worked out, the heavier I got.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just super tired all the time. And so something started breaking down and I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is a underactive thyroid. And the side effects that has is that I was tired all the time. I was inflamed. I was gaining weight. And like, I'm a beast. Like I would still run and work out hard. And it was only making things worse.
Yes,
I know.
Yes.
It makes it worse.
It's like very contraindicated. Yes.
Totally contraindicated. And so that was the beginning of my curiosity into herbs. I started using Standard Process.
Oh, yes.
You know them?
Yeah.
And working with a nutritionist and all these different homeopathic doctors and stuff like that. Because the regular doctors were like, oh, this is you for the rest of your life. And if you have one autoimmune disease, you're going to have a cascade of them.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's so sad. You're so young and so sick.
Oh, yeah.
I know. So, oh my gosh, that's how it all started for me.
And so you found your way into these modalities that you use.
Absolutely.
So what are they?
Oh, okay. So I started actually working with flickering light at first because it actually entrains your brain. So I had these different lights and they would train my brain into different brain waves. And when your brain is in different brain waves, it functions differently. So I would love to talk about brain waves.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are like the remote control of your body.
They are.
I know. Yes. So as soon as I started learning about brain waves and meditation and how when you meditate, you change your brain waves, I was like all in. I was all in. So that's how I started.
Okay.
And then one day someone said to me, hey, Claudia, have you heard of this thing called a Healy? And I was like, never heard of it. And they're like, oh, I think you'd really like it. And I was like, okay, great. Later that dinner, someone was like, hey, look, this is a Healy. And I was like, what? I was like, someone just told me about that today. So
synchronicities.
I love them so much. They're the best.
Yeah.
They're like little breadcrumbs, right?
Yes, totally.
And so it turns out Healy is microcurrent. It's an electrical current device.
Okay.
And then another friend of mine was like, you need to read this book. The book is called The Resonance Effect, which I'd love to put in the show notes because that book changed my life.
Okay. Yes.
But of course, like every other book, I left it on the shelf for 6 months.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was kicking myself.
Yeah.
So then I read the book and it goes further into microcurrent, electrical current.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, wow, the healing potential was mind blowing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have to change careers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I had been a makeup artist for 20 years at that point.
Yeah.
but passionate as like a hobby, health and wellness.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do I have to do to be able to practice this microcurrent thing? And I found out the quickest path to doing that was becoming a massage therapist.
Oh, awesome.
So I became a massage therapist. I got licensed, and then I took the national board test, and I passed the national board, which I don't ever wish anybody ever had to do. It's like such a hard test.
Yeah.
When you're like going in to take the test, they like take your glasses off and they like put them on this little machine to make sure that you have no like cheater things on. Like it was crazy.
Wow.
But I had my Healy on because there's a program on the Healy
Yeah.
and you put little electrodes on
Yeah.
for focus and concentration. So
That's
I put it on
amazing.
and they put my sleeves up and they were like, what's that? Because you're not supposed to, like any medical device, you're supposed to have it approved.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, it's for my heart. I hope they don't take my license away now that I'm saying all of this, right?
Well, it doesn't affect how you.
Yeah,
No.
right.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, you can keep it on. And it was just like giving me frequencies for focus. And I passed the test, which I don't even know.
Which you probably would have done anyway.
Probably, but hey, I will take my
No,
placebo,
yeah, yeah,
right? Yeah. What do they
totally.
call it? A placebo effect? I don't care if it's a placebo effect. It was good.
Well, we know the frequencies are powerful.
They are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
So I'm sure you had the skills to pass the test anyway.
Oh,
But
thank
then
you.
to have the frequencies really hone the brain in, so
Right.
you could really focus. And
That's really how I see it,
because
right?
stress, we were talking the brain waves and stress and how that affects how you think. And it literally changes how you think.
Yeah.
It takes you out of being able to be logical and problem solve into reactive.
So it takes you from high beta brainwave to beta, which is focus, and then alpha, which is flow
Mhm.
state. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh, that frequencies do that into
Yeah.
the flow. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
Oh,
my
yeah.
lights did that. The microcurrent does that.
Nice.
It literally puts you into those brainwave states
That's so cool.
because it's hard to do it when we're stressed out, right?
Oh, yeah. And in an intense, like when you're trying to pass a state board, I've done it myself. When you're trying to pass those tests, it's very intense.
Right.
You've done a lot of training, spent a lot of money. The day is here. You can't, any little mistake. And so you can't help but be stressed out.
Oh my
So,
gosh. I
yeah.
know. And then the way they ask the questions is so hard.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
I know.
Yes.
So you tell me more about your work and how you work with frequencies and the brain waves and help people with brain waves, because I have found that when I take my liver herbs that you recommended for me,
Oh, yeah.
I calm down and I feel calmer, and I know that's a different brainwave.
Okay. Yeah. So now we're going to get into how your nervous system state affects the brain waves.
Nice.
So I don't work directly with brain waves the same way you do.
Uh-huh.
For me, it's really what I do is it's quite different. This is why we collaborate, because what I do is much different than her. And so we need to collaborate to
Yeah.
give clients the best opportunity for their journey into wellness, right?
Which I think is so fun because you were a hairdresser at one point and I
Yeah.
was a makeup artist at one
Yes.
point.
Yes.
And we would have collaborated then too.
I know.
We would have
So true.
complemented each other,
Yes.
hair and makeup,
Yes.
But now we're doing it like
In a different way.
herbs and frequencies,
Totally.
I know, but we
Totally.
still are like that full package together.
Yes. Yes. Because
Yeah.
what I do is so the body does have current. This is what chi is. So chi is basically the electrical current that runs the body. We are our own batteries, right? We have batteries that run the system, keep us animated. So what I'm able to do is tap into that electricity in the body
Mhm.
and use it sort of like muscle testing. If any of you are familiar with muscle testing, I can ask questions, hit the acupuncture points, and then get a yes or no. And how I use that is to find root causes to a person's imbalance.
Yeah.
So that's really my job, is to find the root causes to whatever's happening with them, but whether it's symptoms or whatever. And then from the root causes, then make recommendations. And what I find is no matter how many causes there are, at least one, and the worse the imbalance, the more emotions, so the more stressors that actually cause the issue.
Yeah.
So, and this is where the frequencies are important
Right.
to bring the body back into a relaxed state.
Right.
And you're not supposed to be in a relaxed state 24/7. You're
No.
supposed to wake up and then become alert.
Mhm.
And, you know, when we're doing certain things, we kind of want that heightened, not necessarily anxiety, but that nervous energy, that adrenaline energy. It helps us to get things done and focus. It has a place. It is not bad.
No.
Because we've talked about this before, about how things get categorized as good or bad, and that's just not a reality.
Correct. Couldn't agree
Everything is
more.
actually useful. You just have to know where it's useful and to use it where it's needed.
That's it. You need to be able to flow through
Yes.
the different emotions,
Yes.
the different adrenalines, the different rest it's about being fluid through them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And what happens in our world today is our lifestyle, it's almost honorable to not get enough sleep and wake up and 3 cups of coffee later, hit the ground running and
Yeah.
go until you collapse, right?
Correct.
Work yourself to death. How about the kids are in 3 or 4 sports?
I know.
Talk about stressing a kid out
I know.
from their childhood. Nothing against the sports. Kids should do sports.
Right.
I'm just saying
It's
that
healthy to do sports.
anything taken to an extreme creates stress in the body.
Absolutely.
And that's what I see every time I test a client. It ends up being there's some factor of a stressor that is creating this. And, you know, there are organic stressors like a food allergy. Sometimes it can be a food allergy and the person comes in, they have whatever symptoms. It ends up being a food, but because the food creates stress in the body, you're still at a stressor.
That's exactly it.
Still
You're
disrupting the
creating
brain.
Fight or flight
Yes.
with the food.
With the food.
Yes. And it's so easy to be like, just don't eat this like major thing that's causing you to be in fight or flight every time you're putting it into your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that fight or flight sets off endorphins. So it makes you crave the food you're intolerant to.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I
So
call
about
it the
brain
snack
and-
monster.
Oh, yeah.
I've called it the snack monster because it's like,
Yes.
it's almost like you can't fight that
Well,
craving.
because it's biological.
It is biological.
Yeah. So people really get into this negative loop about themselves. Like,
They do.
I can't control myself.
I
and
know.
Blah, 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 blah. It's like, wow. As soon as you teach somebody that it's biological, no, let me explain to you biologically why you're
Yeah.
having those cravings.
Exactly.
And if you can just change the way you eat or change what you eat or the timing that you eat or, you know, macronutrients, switch the ratios of your protein and fat to carbs.
Yes.
It's amazing how all of a sudden that like, oh my God, it starts to balance out by itself.
It
right?
almost just disappears.
Disappears.
That was my pop recently.
Oh, okay.
Because recently I was like, for many years, I was like super fat free. And
Oh, yeah.
I did. It worked for me for a while.
Of course. Of
you know,
course. Yeah.
and then all of a sudden I had this sugar monster appear.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be really vulnerable.
Oh, but that's what this podcast is for. Because none of us are perfect. And I could tell you so many things about myself. So
Okay.
yes.
But like,
That's
I
fine.
remember my landlord gave me these Costco cookies for Christmas. And it was around November, December, the snack monster appeared. And it was as if I had lost control over sugar. I had
Oh.
controlled it for years and years and years. And then all of a sudden, it was as if I had lost control. And it was biological. I thought it was my willpower.
Oh.
I thought it was me.
All right.
And I
exactly.
sat on the floor with this box of cookies and I probably ate like 15 of the cookies.
Yeah.
And I was like, why can't I control this?
Yeah.
I used to be able to. And it was because I had been fat free for so long.
Mm-hmm.
My body was like, I need energy.
Yeah.
And I am going to get it any way that I can. And that
Yep.
box of cookies right there is energy.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. So I started doing some research. I hadn't met you yet. I started doing some research and I was like, what is this keto thing?
Oh, this is how you got into the key.
This is how I got into it.
Okay.
I read a
okay.
book called Good Fat is Good for Women.
Oh, yeah.
And I was terrified.
And it is.
I was terrified.
Oh. Yeah.
I know. I
Uh,
was like, how am I going to start eating this? It was like the complete opposite. And that was my
yes.
big pop. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it a little bit at a time. And I started incorporating some fat. And I was like, oh, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
this the sugar monster went away. And then I
Yeah.
started learning that it was because my body was starving. Even though
Yeah.
I was feeding it,
Yeah.
my body was starving.
Yep.
And that puts you into fight or flight.
Yes.
That puts you into high beta brainwave.
Yes.
And then you're like high strung, right? You're
Yep.
1 foot on the gas pedal, 1 foot on the brake.
Yeah.
Oh my
And what's
gosh.
amazing is how the brain will, it'll hack you, right? It hacks your system.
Oh yeah.
And then it starts to make you crave things, right? Like think about pregnant women have these weird cravings, right? My mother used to crave chewing on aluminum foil.
Ah!
Now, what she learned later
Yeah.
was that was a mineral deficiency.
No kidding.
Yep. Yep. But the brain will hack your system so that you start craving things to try to fill that need.
Absolutely.
But because there's a disconnect between the subconscious and the conscious, it's like all you know is you're craving minerals. And so your conscious brain goes, that must be aluminum foil. Like you see the disconnect.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing, but it does that with the carbohydrates as soon as you are imbalanced, right? And the cells will only go so far. Because what happens is if you're low fat for too long, it disrupts your hormones.
And that's what was happening.
Yeah. Women can't, it's not good for women to be low fat.
I started getting night sweats, like to the point,
Oh,
and I was like, oh, it's
yes.
perimenopause.
Oh, yes.
That's just what happened.
Yes.
The night sweats were insane.
Okay.
Heart palpitations.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. My hormones were completely out of whack.
So once you started to incorporate the fat, those things balanced out by themselves.
Balanced out
Oh, see
by
that.
themselves. And
Yeah.
like now the perimenopause symptoms are all gone.
Yeah, you just needed fun. I know, right?
No, but fat has been villainized.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about cholesterol.
Yeah.
Is the bus that hormones get on to go from here to there.
Right.
So when you demonize things, I don't care what it is, you have to look at what its purpose is
Yes.
and what the balance is.
Yes.
We don't want super high cholesterol because that means your body's making cholesterol to repair something.
Yes.
So figure out what your body's trying to repair if you have super high cholesterol.
Right.
It's not the cholesterol.
Right.
It's the damage that your body's trying to repair.
Right. And
Right?
that's
what you want to look
signpost,
for.
Right.
Yes.
That's the alarms. That's the check engine light. That's the change your oil light on
That's
the
it.
car. Right.
That's it.
It's not that something is totally wrong with our body. It's not that our body is broken or that we're sick or that we're bad or something's not
Right.
functioning. It's like hey,
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you here.
Yes.
I'm giving you a sign. It's time to change your oil.
Yes.
And there's no judgment about it. Like when we need to
Right.
go change the oil in our car, it's not like, oh, my car is so bad. It needs an oil change.
Right. Exactly.
Right. It's like,
Right.
oh, I want to do that. So my car runs really smoothly. Right.
Exactly.
Oh, high cholesterol. What is at the root cause?
What is at the root?
Of that
That is
high
the root.
cholesterol?
So you just go and start trying to take your cholesterol down from all kinds of kind of crazy, go low fat. And then you go to the doctor and they're like, your diet doesn't have anything to do with it.
Oh, it has everything
The
to do with it.
information is just so conflicting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Oh, that it's very confusing for people. So to find the root cause. So to go back to what I do.
Well, yeah. Okay, let's go
To
there.
loop this all the way back
Uh,
is that's what I do is I can test and figure out the root cause to something that's going wrong in the body.
And it has been amazing because your work with my clients and finding the root cause, I call it the domino effect.
Oh, okay.
Because instead of trying to, if let's say you have a big row of dominoes and you knock that one over there, these 10 over here never went down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you hit the one that's going to have the biggest cascade effect,
yeah.
the miracles I've been seeing with my clients is
that's
just
awesome.
phenomenal. And they feel great. And they feel like they're accomplishing. Like they felt like they've been paddling upstream for so long.
Yes.
And now they're like, oh, this is
Yes.
easy.
Well, because then you have a map, right? Now you go, okay,
It's
wait a
a
minute.
no-brainer map.
I can do this.
Yes.
And then once you start to feel a result, even if it starts small,
yes.
at least you feel something. Say, oh, wait a minute. It was this. I'm on the right track.
Right.
So at least it's like you're not, I call it throwing spaghetti at the wall.
I do
Sometimes
too. I'm like, I'm done throwing spaghetti. Like, cut it out. You're
It's like,
wasting money and time.
right? Oh, I can't lose weight. Okay, let's try this.
Yeah.
That didn't stick.
Oh, let's
okay.
buy this supplement.
Right?
Right?
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, 10 throws later, you've gained 10 more pounds. And it's
you're
like,
out $500.
True. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, I
right?
thought about that.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Good point.
And your
by then
shelf
you've
is
tried
full of stuff and you have nowhere to else to put more stuff, right?
It's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
It's depressing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So, I mean, I can't wait to have our clients on the show.
Oh, yes.
Because their
Yes.
stories are going to be so inspiring
Yes.
to other people.
I agree.
I know.
I agree.
have
That's going to be
a
awesome.
line already.
Oh,
of people
yay.
ready to come on the show.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is where the frequency work comes in.
Yes.
Because resetting the nervous system
Oh,
and maybe
gosh.
talk about more about the frequencies beyond just that.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
I feel like I've had treatments
Yeah.
and I don't fully understand it. I just know
I
it
know.
was amazing.
Oh, good.
Right? 'Cause
Yeah.
now my hands are,
Then they keep getting better.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is the fun part.
Okay. Yes.
So hair and makeup, or root cause and frequencies.
Yeah.
So you help me figure out. I have an intuitive sense already,
Oh, yeah, you do.
but for some reason, people like seeing things on paper,
Yeah.
right? They
Oh,
like
yes.
they like seeing it, right?
Yes.
So you prove what I feel.
I love that.
You really do.
Okay.
So you create this beautiful map,
Yeah.
and then I target the map
Yeah.
with the frequency. So I can help people figure out, all right, this is the map that Barbara gave you. I'm really good at implementing an organization. So I help people implement your map.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
then, there's no one answer to everything.
Correct.
You can't see somebody one time and they can't take herbs one time and everything's fixed.
Yes.
They have to have,
correct.
right? They have to have a
Yes.
plan
Yes.
of support. And people are like, I don't want to become dependent on this. It's not that, right? It's that you're getting hit by stressors. So you're actually
Yeah.
taking care of yourself. So then they come to me
Mm-hmm.
and I have the map and plus my intuition. And then I apply the electrical frequencies that match that map.
See, that's amazing.
So you're not throwing spaghetti on the wall anymore.
And
Yeah.
what a combination.
Yeah.
Because you go through the causes and there are stressors.
Yeah.
And then maybe they have to change something in their diet. It's different for everybody. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
really being kind of general here. But let's say, for example, it was that. And change something in the diet, take some herbs to rebalance some of the organs or systems, whatever happens, because let's say they had a food allergy, it's going to throw off an organ or system, or
Right.
vice versa.
Right.
The liver can get off and cause food allergies, right?
Right.
So the herbs support the system and then the frequencies to really balance the body out.
And it helps the herbs work better.
Of course.
Yeah. So what I do is I take the brain out of fight or flight with the frequencies. I help the vagus nerve work at a higher functioning level. Maybe your adrenal glands are out. I help the
Yeah.
adrenal glands come back online. And then I do this body work along with it that takes your nervous system super out of fight or flight.
Yes.
Now that's only
That's
going to
true.
last for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you go back into your life and you're driving your car and someone's like, getting in your kids and school and work and da, 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 da.
Yeah.
So I'll get you there for a while. And then if they do your herbs at home, it helps support where I got them to.
Mhm.
And then it's time to come back in for more maintenance, right?
Yeah, because
let's get your
let's-
tires rotated again.
Yeah, because let's
right?
talk about how wellness is a journey. I just had a client earlier today, and what came up was her diet. Her diet was the issue, and that's the hardest. It's the hardest journey for anybody. When somebody comes in and I pick up that their liver needs support, they go on liver herbs.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get up in the morning and take some tinctures and go about your day. But as soon as you have to change your diet, right? That's such an undertaking.
It is.
So I tried to explain to her, don't go home. And because her first thing was like, I just bought all the stuff, I'm going to throw it all away. I said, do not do that.
Right.
Do not do that.
Right. There's no need.
There's
Right.
no need to do that. The extremes just stress the body out.
I
You're
know.
going to throw your stuff out. You're going to buy a bunch of stuff you've never eaten before.
You got to figure out how to cook it.
You're going to, well, she's talking about like box stuff, like snacky type stuff. You're going to open these snacks. You're going to start eating them. You don't
Yeah.
even know if you like them. Now you've got a cat in
know.
a junk you're never going to eat.
Yeah.
No. Just go home
Yeah.
and buy the one thing or
Yeah.
change out the one thing and start with that.
Exactly.
And then just, a year is a long time. Why can't you do this over a year or two?
Exactly. It's, when people ask me, how did you get so fit? How did you change? I was like, it took me 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
3
Yeah.
years. And they're like, that's discouraging.
I'm
like, actually,
I know.
It's the way to respect the body. I didn't crash and
know.
burn my body. I learned how to do it with my nervous system. I learned how to do it over time. You can't go into a gym and lift 100 pounds. You're going to hurt
Exactly
yourself.
what I was thinking of. And nobody goes to the gym and you wake up the next day and you see biceps.
No, you
It
gotta build
takes a couple
them.
of months for you to actually see the results.
Exactly.
And anything natural is like that.
Right.
It's not that I've never seen somebody take an herb and have an immediate effect. I have, for sure.
Right.
But for the most part,
Yeah.
you start that journey. You start on some kind of program and you say, oh, well, I'm sleeping about an hour more per night.
Exactly.
Well, isn't that good?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they'll come in kind of discouraged. And so this client I had earlier, and I'm sure she's going to watch this and you're going to know it's
We're
you.
going to talk about all of you, but it's because we love you.
When she said, we're talking about the diet and she says, oh, my diet, that's going to be so life-changing.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute. Let me just show you what you just did and what it looked like. And let me just reframe this for you. I said, this is what you did. It's going to be life-changing. And I said, think of it like this. That dietary change is going to be life-changing.
Exactly.
Literally. And I said, let me tell you something.
Yes.
This woman has a sordid health history.
Yeah.
And I was like, think about what life-changing means for you.
Right. It's actually good.
Life-changing.
Yes.
And she goes, oh, I didn't think of it like that. Yeah.
Right. I know. That's why we're here,
Yes.
right?
So
that's
just to kind of, that's
right?
the pop.
Right
To
there.
reframe things so that you understand that life is a journey and it's up and down. And sometimes you eat cookies. I did the same thing over the holidays. I just gained like 6 pounds. I don't know. The light, I don't know what. I went into some weird funk.
Right.
And it's like I wasn't eating junk, but I started adding sweetener to my tea. Like, oh, that was delicious. Oh, I'll try chai vanilla. I make it all from scratch.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, oh, because I make it homemade, it's fine.
Right.
No, it's still sugar. So then once I kind of came out, I was like, why am I eating all of these sugary things?
And nobody's ever going to be perfect.
Exactly what the point. That's the point right
How?
there.
That's impossible.
Impossible. And
right?
it's okay to give yourself grace and go, huh,
Huh.
look what I just did.
I know.
Oh, that was funny.
Right?
Do you know?
Yeah. What does my body need? What was my body asking for?
What was my body asking for?
Yeah.
And I know my body.
Yes.
And my body likes to hibernate in the winter. So I know that I turn towards this like evolutionary process of like, okay, we're going to load up for the winter. I have this like bear mentality. That's just me.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
being aware of it. And sometimes I'm not. And it's okay.
That's totally
just okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
And then you have the support system. Our clients have our support system.
Yes.
And so if some clients like, wow, this is like, how am I going to manage all of this nutrition stuff? Like,
Yeah.
I'm happy to help. I'm happy to
Yeah.
guide. I'm
That's the
happy to
beautiful thing
support.
about you is how you can organize it and help get them a diet plan
Yes.
and a meal plan.
Yes.
Because with dietary changes, it's different. It's one thing to give somebody a supplement schedule, take
Oh,
2
yeah.
of these and 3 of those,
Right.
But as soon as you start talking about their diet,
yeah.
they don't even know what to eat.
And I like to make it super easy.
You do.
Oh my
You
God.
do.
I
And you do these
really do.
beautiful printouts.
Oh my God. Thank
Your
you.
printouts are the best.
Thank you.
They're so clear
Yeah.
and they're so well done. And
I
you
love
know-
making them.
yeah, you do. Which
I
is so
do.
awesome. You
I
can
know.
tell. You can tell the love is there when you're reading them.
Yay.
Yeah.
So I just like to that's my whole like shtick, right? I call myself a biohacker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about like ease. I'm not a good cook, but I'm a functional cook.
Oh, That's shocking to me. Oh, I just assumed you were a good cook.
No, the air fryer is my best friend. The air fryer
Same.
and the pan. It is about making it easy.
Yeah,
you know, and I
yeah.
will cook so one of my friends today was telling me but then at the snack, I call it the snack mom, it comes out and I want cheese. And I'm like, well, why don't you have 3 ounces of ground chicken, 5 ounces of ground chicken in the fridge all the time in containers? And instead of going for the cheese, you just grab that and you have your ounces of chicken. He was like, I guess I should do that. But then that means I have to cook it all. And I'm like, yep, sure does.
I know, the meal prep
Get the
thing.
big pan out,
Yeah.
So, and I will put in suggestions for a food scale, and I just make it super easy.
Yeah. See, that's awesome.
I just recently had a ton of stress, right?
Oh yeah.
And when that stress, and my nervous system is balanced, but thank God that my nervous system is balanced, right? Because when I had the stress hit me, I could handle it, but it still threw my system out of whack. And the moment that happened, my gut went out. So you know how you said you know your body really well?
Yeah.
I know my body so well.
Yeah.
And for people out there who don't,
yeah,
that's okay. Like we can teach them
to
begin to know their body.
Yes.
And you'll be surprised how fast you learn your body.
Oh yeah, because the truth is they already know their body.
Oh.
Right? They really already know, just no one's taught them to take a minute. And because as soon as I start testing somebody and they feel out of their body, I don't know what's happening. And I start to test them, I'll say, oh, I think maybe it's your gallbladder. Did you ever get oh, yeah, you know what? That does happen to me. Yeah, you know what? I do get that little right-sided headache. So they do know, but we've been so conditioned that we don't know.
Oh.
The man in the white coat actually knows what's wrong with you. So I want you to stop thinking about what you know about your body.
Whoa. Oh, true.
Right?
That's my meditation teacher says that doctors are the best hypnotists. They're the best hypnotists.
Oh my God. We're being hypnotized all the time from so many angles. Commercials are hypnotizing.
I know. Totally.
So we're so conditioned.
Yeah.
And conditioned from a very specific lens of, can we talk about that studies aren't done on women?
I
don't think people realize that.
No. When I first learned that, I was in shock.
Right? So all our information, intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
It's not good for women.
So many women are intermittent fasting and people are like, so people know that I love health and wellness and all. They're like, oh, so do you intermittent fast? I was like, I would die.
Yeah.
I would pass out on the ground.
Yeah. Because as much as you work out.
Oh my God. People are shocked when they're like, oh, you're a biohacker, you're not fasting. I'm like, my brain stops working the moment I start fasting. My metabolism is so fast.
Oh,
I burn through food so fast that if I were to do that, you're right, I'd be on the ground.
Oh yeah, no, not good.
Not good.
And it is better for men. There's a certain amount of that. And honestly, what turned me on to that was the testing. Because I was intermittent fasting. You watch all this stuff on social media or whatever.
Right.
And I start clocking myself without testing myself, obviously.
Because
the shoemaker doesn't have shoes, right? So, and then I started testing women. And it was like, no, you should only do this. You should. And then I started to research it and realized, oh, all the data we have on that is on men.
Yeah. And their hormones are completely different than ours.
Well, that's why they study them. They study them because they're more consistent.
And
they can take a man.
Trackable.
They're trackable. So when they do this or they try a drug or a supplement or whatever, they can really trace it out. Women were in a 30-day period, we're completely fluctuating the whole time.
Right.
It throws the studies off. So they just throw us to the side and go, we'll just do the studies on men, apply it to women.
Ugh.
Well, that sounds great, but it's not real and it doesn't work.
I was going to say, it doesn't function.
It doesn't function.
How does that work?
It doesn't function.
No, not at all.
I had a personal trainer years ago, and this is before really getting into food and all the little nuances of it.
Right.
I knew the basics. So you go in and the guy starts talking. I'm thinking he's going to put me on the bodybuilder diet, right? You got to do the low carbohydrates, but carbohydrates 2 days a week or whatever they do.
Right.
And he was like, I don't do that for women. He said, because Every time I put them on a low-fat diet, their hormones crash.
Wow, he figured it out. Good for him.
Himself figured it out from his own observation. I can't
Right.
do that with women.
Wow.
So he realized, so he didn't say this, and I don't even know if he understood it logically, but he observed that what's applicable to men was not applicable to women.
Thank you.
Can you imagine?
I know, right?
This was like 20 years ago.
Wow, what a forward-thinking person.
Oh, yeah. So I'm sure he was getting better results because instead of just trying to hold on to every little piece of data, he could understand through observation, which is how it was done for thousands of years, by the way.
Yeah.
Chinese medicine and Ayurveda.
Yeah.
Or Hippocrates and Galen. Let's go all the way back to Greece and Rome.
Okay, let's
what
go.
our medical system is based on, which was herbalism.
Thank
Just
you.
saying, they didn't have drugs, and it was done by observation. They would see a symptom or a thing or an imbalance, and they would feed them food, and they would, right? And through observation, they were like, well, this works and that doesn't. Oh, if the person has dark hair, this works better. If they tend to be a little heftier, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In Ayurvedic medicine, that's what they do. They look at the shape of the body and then they categorize them. And this one needs this food and that one needs this food.
That's
through
amazing.
Observation.
So you're not trying to fit people into a category, which I feel like
Oh,
that's what's
none of those
happening
systems
now.
work that way. That's why I have to laugh when like paleo becomes the religion.
Right. Right. And so I've been talking to a lot of my friends and telling them I'm making the shift, right? I want to go more into nutrition.
Oh yeah.
And I figured out the key, right?
Okay.
And they're like, great, what system are you using? And I'm like, it's no system. It's you. It's your individual. And so now I have to sit there and explain to them. First, you have to go see Barbara, and then we come up with a plan. And it's
to get to know their system and what works for them.
It's actually tripping people out.
I know, because they're so used to, go back, 500 years. And, when you were in a particular community, there was a truth.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody lived under a truth. The establishment of whatever taught you what was right and what was wrong, period. Now we've come into the information age, and this is what it seems like to me. I'm not saying this is a truth either. I'm observing behaviors that I'm trying to put into categories, but it seems to me people are still doing that. It's like we just feel comfortable if we know the way.
Right.
Right? Makes us feel calm.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
If everybody drove a black car and that was the rule, you don't have to think about anything. So you just go buy your black car and that's the way.
Yeah. But actually, we're actually designed to be that way.
Exactly.
We're designed to eliminate things so we don't have to keep thinking about it and figuring it out. So
yes,
I get it.
Yes.
And there is a better, and but
it gets capitalized on because people know that's how the brain works.
Absolutely. Right? I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
So they know people like to follow.
Yes. Oh, they love.
They want to hear a thing that sounds like it resonates, that it's going to be some miracle for them.
Right.
Because it's just how we're conditioned.
Exactly.
There are some people, and not everybody, obviously.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And so that's why when I tell people no, it's actually a tailored plan to you, people are like, wait. What do you mean? they literally can't. Concept. They cannot put their head around it. They're like, huh?
Yeah, but shouldn't we be paleo? Shouldn't we be vegan? Shouldn't we be vegetarian?
Yeah, but I am gluten-free.
Oh, I know.
So, no, I'm not saying that I am, but people are like,
no,
wait, you're going to take away my gluten-free? They don't want their gluten-free.
Because it becomes a religion.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. They're like, no, this individualized plan that's going to only be for me, that's the best. No, that's not going to work.
Well, because then sometimes I've noticed some people get in these groups or communities of whatever it may be. And then there's a bit of a self-righteous thing that comes on. Well, I know a thing. I know the way. I know the truth.
Right.
So it puts me a little bit above. There's a superiority thing that happens.
Exactly.
And I have seen it in every single community I have ever come into.
Oh, man.
I know. And it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. I'm not judging. I'm not saying it's bad.
It's a bummer.
Because
it's like, oh, can't we just not do that?
I know. What if there's a better way that's easier?
And what if we just said, oh, if you're vegan, that's wonderful. And if you're paleo, that's wonderful.
Yes, right?
Why does it have to be a superiority thing?
I know.
I
And let's
know.
do paleo for you in the way that's best for
Right.
you, right?
Right. Because maybe you have to do paleo with an extra couple of sweet potatoes.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Because
that's what
maybe
I've
you're
been
a woman
learning,
and we're going to add a white potato.
right? I
And maybe
know.
not.
We have to break all those dogmas.
And I do notice testing people is sometimes they can come into like a low carb or a low fat for a particular amount of time.
That's the other thing I was going to say.
Yes, because their body may need some kind of a reset.
Yes.
And so the body uses food or some of the, and that's why I think people get on these diets and they have such a shift because it's perfect for them right then.
And then it stops working.
And then it stops working because they just needed to shift because the truth is the most studied diet in the whole wide world that is supposed to be the most perfect diet for everybody is the Mediterranean diet.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Right.
And what is that? It's a balanced meal.
It is actually. It's actually a balance.
It's a balanced meal.
Yes.
They eat carbs. Yep. They eat fat.
Yeah.
They eat a lot of fat.
I know.
They actually eat a lot of fat.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
France and Spain and Italy, and that's a lot of fat.
I know. And they're not like,
No.
an overweight, obese.
No, but they do a
nations.
lot of walking.
A lot of walk. So
All
much
they
walking.
do is walk.
Absolutely. Yeah.
One of my best girlfriends is from Germany, and her brother came here to visit.
Yeah.
And she's, we're all at her house, and he was staying at a hotel like 4 or 5 blocks from her house. And to us, that's kind of far. It's like
We're
5
getting in the
blocks
car,
away.
yeah.
It started to rain. So I walked out and said, oh, do you want me to just drive you back to your hotel? Oh, that's exactly the look he gave me. He looked at me like, what is wrong with you
Exactly.
Americans?
Yes.
He's like, no, I can walk a couple of blocks away.
Yeah.
And then I was embarrassed. Like,
I
oh,
know.
he's right.
I know. And it's so funny because that's so natural to me. And I remember going to Texas and I was like researching one of my frequency machines.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I was like talking to the locals and I'm like, so where do you go walking around here? Because I don't know where that's come from for me, but it's like so natural for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. And they're like, walking? I'm like, yeah. Do you have a town center, parks? Where do you walk? And they're like, oh.
We don't walk.
They didn't answer. What do you mean? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you know how we have Newberry Street here and the park.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm looking for the Newberry Street, the park where you go walking. And they're like,
oh, that is hilarious.
I know. I found it. It wasn't a big strip, but I walked and it was hot. Maybe that's why you don't walk in Texas because it's darn hot.
Oh, see. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Different cultures. That's funny.
So diet, movement, all of that.
Yeah. And tailoring things. That's the
tailoring.
point.
Absolutely.
Tailoring. And then tailoring the frequencies to support that.
And that's why what I do is called frequency specific
I love that.
microcurrent. Yes.
Okay.
So I actually have to tailor the frequencies to the issue that's going on and the tissue, right?
Oh, both.
So both.
So the tissue could be different. So you can adjust the frequency and the tissue separately?
The issue and the tissue. Yes.
Oh, that's
so
interesting.
you had numbness in your hands, right?
Yep.
Where does numbness typically come from?
Nerves.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what did I set my machines to? Your repair. There's a frequency for repairing the nerve. So the issue was your nerve was, we call it torn and broken.
Okay.
So the nerve isn't working.
Yep.
Right. So I set repair the nerve. But you'd also told me that you'd had an accident.
Yep.
That affected your cervical spine.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I repaired all of the facet joints in the so C6, C7.
Oh, yep.
I think it was around there.
Yep.
So I also reduced inflammation because maybe there was a pinched nerve. So we're talking about root cause, right?
Right.
So it's not that just the nerves are not, why are they numb?
Right. Why?
And you had that.
Yeah. There's
accident.
Definitely a pinch somewhere.
There's a pinch in there, right?
Yeah.
So that's how we got it back to work, right? So let's say someone comes into you and you pick up on the emotion of anger.
Mm-hmm.
or frustration or resentment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I know those emotions live in the liver.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
can set my machines to remove negative emotion from the liver.
Oh, see, that's awesome.
It's so awesome.
Okay.
And then I'll be working on someone and I'll be like, ooh, what I've been finding is that a lot of people hold anger in the gallbladder. I don't know if in Chinese medicine that's the emotion that's in the gallbladder.
Yeah, but as soon as you personalize it, it can be
Yeah.
anything, anywhere.
But I'll be
really.
working on something like, ooh, your gallbladder is a little angry.
Yeah.
So I'll remove the emotion from the gallbladder, or I'll be working on someone and I'll be like, wow, this person's like super holding on to fear, kidney, right? So I'll remove the emotion from the kidney.
Wow.
So all of a sudden they're back relaxed.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why what I do is called frequency specific. It's very specific, right? You can't come in with a condition and treat the condition.
Yeah, right. Nope. Which is not how healing works.
Right?
No.
And it's so hard to get people out of that mindset.
Because a symptom is exactly what you said. If you're driving and your check engine light comes on,
yes,
you don't cut the wire to the check engine light.
No.
Right? You go to the mechanic, you go, my check engine light come on. They open the hood and they go, oh, there's a leak in the hose.
Exactly.
Let's change the hose.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's the issue. It's like, okay, we get a headache and we pop a Tylenol and ibuprofen. Fine.
Yeah.
Sure. You can do that. You just have to know that you're blocking your body's
intelligence
and the icon on the dashboard.
Oh, yeah.
You're literally cutting the wire to that. And it's okay to do that once in a while. You drive down the street, check it. We've all done it. Check engine light comes on. You go, oh, ignore that for a while.
See if that goes away.
We've all done that.
I've done it. Yes, for sure.
But eventually, if you don't pay attention to that and take it to the mechanic and you don't fix the hose, something else breaks, right?
And it gets more expensive and it gets worse.
It's more expensive. I always forget about that part. Yeah.
And it actually causes other things to break along with it.
And that's what the body will do. It'll give you a symptom.
Yeah.
And if you keep ignoring the symptom,
yeah,
or if you you cut the wire to that symptom in whatever way you do that,
yep,
another symptom shows up somewhere.
Oh,
the body's really trying to tell you something because the body's way more intelligent than a car.
And then you get, what do you call them? Cofactors or what do you call them when there's multiple things?
Oh, yeah. Like, what do I call them? I don't know. Sometimes I spew out words and
you say, oh, there's like this, and this. Like there's like or anyway.
I forget what I call that.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of side benefits popped in my brain. Now I can't get that out. Like when you take herbs, you don't get side effects, you get side benefits.
Oh, that's so fun. You get side benefits.
But I'm sorry, that jumped in my brain and now I can't think of what you're trying to ask me.
That's okay. But yeah. And so imagine that you're getting the headache, right? Because you're dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day you get the headache again, you pop the aspirin, but you don't drink the water. And then you're like, why am I getting all these headaches? Oh, maybe because it's you're drinking 3 cups of coffee and you're dehydrated. So I have a fun story.
Oh, yeah.
I've been trying to get my best, Steve, I'm going to call you out. I've been trying to get my best friend, Steve, to come see you.
Okay.
All right. And I'm like, just go. And every day I'm like, did you make your appointment with Barbara? He's like probably sick of me saying it right now. Right. So he was having heart palpitations.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
And he has one of my at-home machines. So I can have, people can have one of my machines at home.
Oh.
Incredibly inexpensive.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, inexpensive, right? Like it's not thousands of dollars, it's hundreds.
Okay.
And I can send you protocols.
That's amazing.
I know. And then you just run them overnight.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, I've been having this whole epiphany of the gut-brain connection.
Yes.
And how my whole gut connection, right?
Yes.
Epiphany moments, my whole pop
yeah.
around the gut.
Yep.
So he's like, it's funny. It happens when I eat.
Oh, okay.
And so I think he's getting like a little bit of, he thought it was GERD.
Well, it could be.
And you were telling me about H. pylori and GERD.
Yep.
And I had just had this whole epiphany from our other client, Kathy, with the leaky gut and the colon and all of this stuff.
Yep.
I immediately sent him the brain and vagus nerve
Oh, yeah.
Then I sent him SIBO, the SIBO.
Oh, yeah.
And then I sent him leaky gut and H. pylori.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, run these 4 protocols overnight. Did his heartburn and his heart palpitations not go away?
That's amazing.
Gets better.
Okay.
Because then over the next, he did it for a few nights. Everything went away. He got lazy about it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was like, oh, I left my adapter for the device in the car. I don't feel like going to go get it. He didn't do the protocols for 2 nights.
Yeah.
Heartburn came right back.
There you go.
So now I'm having a bad boy talk with him. And I'm like, when are you going to clean up your diet?
Oh, right. Yeah. Here's the beauty of the frequencies too.
Yeah.
They're so specific
Yeah.
that they can't do harm.
Yes.
This is
you.
the beauty of the frequencies.
Thank you.
Because if you send the frequency of H. pylori and the person doesn't have it,
Nothing
it
happened.
doesn't do anything.
You're the only other person that's ever actually understands that.
That's the beauty of it.
I tell people that all the time.
No, okay. Imagine tuning forks, right?
Yeah.
So you have a set of tuning forks. Remember doing this in high school? And you take 2 identical tuning forks. You vibrate this one. Within a few minutes, this one vibrates, right?
Right.
If you take one that is different and you vibrate it, this
Nothing
will not vibrate.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
And that is exactly frequency medicine when it's specific like that.
Exactly.
If you send in the frequency of the vagus nerve, that's it.
Nothing
There's
else.
no heart, brain, this, that. There's nothing else.
Exactly.
And it's just goes in at a certain frequency. So if the vagus nerve is already there and it's already relaxed, nothing happens.
I know.
So it can work against you because if somebody doesn't have H. pylori and you say, hey, why don't you try this frequency? Nothing happens. Like
then it's
nothing
not
happened.
H. pylori.
Then it's not H. pylori. But some people can get in the story of like, oh, I tried it, nothing happened. You
It
know what I
didn't
mean?
work.
It didn't work.
Right.
Well, it didn't work because it's so specific. If it's not that, it won't do anything.
Exactly.
So that's the beauty of frequencies.
Yeah.
Is they don't
It's
do
the beauty
harm.
and the challenge, right? Because then you have to
Sure.
become a detective.
I know, yeah.
But that's where you come in. You're my detective.
Yeah.
I'm
To
like,
try
if
to
I-
pinpoint what it is.
I know,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I forget who else I was talking to. And I was like, oh, I didn't figure it out. I need to get you to Barbara. So one of my dear clients, I can't wait to have him on the show.
Okay.
He's like such a sweetheart
Yeah.
and young kid.
Yeah.
He's doing everything right. His sleep is just not clicking. He wakes up tired and can't work out. And we were talking the other day and I was like, maybe you're not designed to do hefty, hard workouts. Maybe you're designed for your body to do yoga. And that's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
But like he's not doing any blue light at night. He's got
he's doing all the things.
he's taping his mouth. Like he named 10 things that he's doing and he's still waking up tired.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
he needs to know the causes. I mean, that could be literally anything.
causes. That's what the name of it was. Multiple causes.
Multiple causes. Oh,
Yeah,
no wonder I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
think of it.
I
Okay,
know,
yeah.
I know. So I said, oh, please go see Barbara. Because if I haven't been able to figure it out and we haven't been able to set it right,
Yeah.
there's something
And this is like that spaghetti at the wall analogy. It's like, well,
Yeah.
let me try taping my mouth. Let me try blocking blue light. Let me try,
he's
and
done
it's
all that.
fine.
And they're all
taping your mouth
helpful.
is free and they're all helpful.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But when you really want to pinpoint of like, let's see what this is.
When you want to move the needle,
Yeah.
when you're, and especially if you're tired and you want to have more, and
yeah.
oomph in life, and you're
That
so
could be
young.
anything.
Yeah. So this will be fun because
Okay.
I had 3 hits about it. So I want.
Ooh,
I know.
okay.
I know. I want you to figure out if
I know you don't tell me, and let's see what I
Really?
get.
Oh my god.
No, yeah.
Okay.
No,
all right.
don't tell. I know.
All right, I'm not
resist.
gonna tell you.
Don't
I'm not.
tell me.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll see what I
so-
get
yeah.
because I feel like twice before this happened, and when I told you, you were like, I knew that's what it was.
All right, this is going to be fun. And
Yes.
for our guests, it's going to be fun to
Yee.
follow along as well and see if we get it right. Oh, no, when we get it right.
Oh, I know. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. That'll
definitely.
be cool.
It will be cool. Yeah. And
Cool
then
guy.
I can talk about Steve too. So when Steve comes in, I want to find out what's going on with his tummy and finally get him. And, because
Yeah.
my theory is, I have my theories. I won't tell you
Okay.
my theories either. This is going to be a fun game.
Yeah, no, that'll be awesome. Yeah, he needs to get to the root of that.
I know. Absolutely. Just for the quality of life alone.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Fatigue is like, it's one of those symptoms. It's just so vague, and I have so many clients that have come in with that symptom and their story is always, I've been to 3 or 4 doctors or 3 or 4 specialists, but because it's just fatigue. And then they ultimately get diagnosed with either anxiety or depression.
And then they put them on depression medicine.
Yeah, because
which makes them more tired.
If it's not in the blood work, then it must be in your head. And it's like, oh, no, I'm telling you, that's how it is.
I know.
No,
I
that's
believe
really,
yeah.
It's very discouraging.
You know, now that you say that,
yeah.
I'm starting to realize how much I haven't been to a doctor in a very long time.
And you should get a checkup.
I do. I go once
everybody
a year.
should. And
I go once
your blood
a year.
work and take care of yourself. I mean, we're not anti-doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know, but yeah. So let's get people's quality of life back on track.
Exactly.
I know.
Exactly.
I have another fun story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So one of my clients who also would love to have her on the show because she's just such a sweetheart.
Okay.
I feel like I start like just loving on all my clients.
Oh,
right?
yes.
I know.
What we do is so personal.
Yeah.
You can't help but build a relationship with them.
I know.
Yeah,
They really are special
that's part
people.
of it.
Yeah. It was so, this you'll love. Okay. So she came in and we're talking and she has mystery pain.
Oh, yeah.
Mystery back pain.
Yeah.
And she's had it for years at this point.
Oh, yeah.
None of the doctors have been able to figure it out.
Okay.
Probably said exactly what you just said. It's all in your head.
Yeah.
And then from the questions I asked her, I was like, oh, wait, what did you just say? I was like, she said, when I'm not at home, I don't get it.
Oh.
I was like, mold.
Oh. That
It
wasn't my
mold.
first thought. Mold.
Right? Well, her home life is good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like,
oh,
that's mold. If you're not, if you go
yeah.
away and the pain goes away, there's something in the house. And I got a hit. It was mold. I said, here's my mold tester. Go get tested. She did. She went through, I had said, you're the canary in the coal mine.
Oh, yeah.
I said, your husband and your dog, well, her dog. So that's the second part that was really cool. I'll tell you that in a second. She got tested and then her husband was like, yes, there's mold here. And they tested the house for where the mold was coming from.
Oh.
They closed it up 90% better.
Oh.
She was like, how were you able to identify that in 10 minutes? And none of my doctors.
Because doctors don't listen.
It makes me crazy.
They don't listen. So people come in here and, I'll start asking them questions, what brings you in or whatever. Or even if they've been my client for a long time, like, oh, how have you been? What's going on? And then they start to tell their story.
Right.
And a lot of them apologize after, like, oh, I'm talking too much on that.
I'm like, that's
the
gold.
Nuggets, yes.
I know.
The nuggets are in the story. Keep talking.
Yes.
Because they say things that seem random, like that. Oh, when I'm not at home, it doesn't happen. There's the
wait
nugget.
a minute.
But if she didn't keep talking, she would have never said that because people come in and it's almost like we have this systematic way of we want to report.
Yeah.
I have this, I have that. It's a headache. It's on this side. Sometimes affects my back. Whatever we say.
Right. But it's
if you tell a story, everything comes out and flows from that.
I know.
And
it's in there.
All the nuggets are, like you said, in the in-between.
I know. So the woman I learned frequency specific microcurrent from,
oh yeah,
she said, every client will tell you the answer.
It's true.
She was like, every client, if you ask the right question, if you listen, every client will tell you what's going on.
So true.
I know. And I'm like, oh, that was my first pop moment with that kind of experience. Right.
Yes.
So she changed the things and she's much better. She came back for another session and I'm working on her. And you've had this happen to me. This is the fun. I'm working on her and I'm like, you have a dog. And I remember she told me about her dog. I was like, is your dog white? And she was like, yes. She's like, have you seen a picture of him? She's like, did I show you a picture of him? I was like, I don't remember if you did or not. But I was like, your dog is jumping. Like, why is your dog so jumpy? And I'm always like going like this when I talk because I always have my hands on people, right? I'm like, your dog is like hopping around like a bunny. And she was like, oh my God. And she was like, how do you know this? She said, ever since we remediated the mold, he has gotten better too. He was getting affected by the mold as well.
Oh, man.
He had an autoimmune condition. He's like, I think, off his autoimmune medication.
Wow. People
Yeah.
don't realize how toxic mold is.
Oh, we're going to have a whole episode.
Conversation on mold.
Molds and ticks. Those are like the two
Ticks.
molds and ticks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes,
I
yes,
know.
yes.
It's intense.
Yeah.
And so, and then these people feel like there's something wrong with them that nobody can, and they feel
nobody can-
crazy and they feel shame about like not feeling well.
And like you said about the canary, like a lot of the clients that I have, they are sensitive like that.
yeah.
And so then it becomes this delicate dance of over time, just trying to balance out their the effects from some of the things they've been exposed to.
I know all of the causes.
Yeah, because they'll come in and it's like, oh, I was doing so good. And then, I went on a
know.
trip, I went to a hotel, the weather changed, or
yeah.
we had a leak in the bathroom, or
Yeah.
and it's just they're so sensitive, like MTHFR or
Yeah.
mast cell activation
Oh,
syndrome.
So can we talk about mast cell activation syndrome?
Mhm.
Because that's another pop I recently had.
Oh, okay.
And how much the gut has to do with
Well,
mast cell
yes.
activation syndrome. And if we can get
Yes.
people's guts in order in the way
It's
that
the
they
gut,
need
And then
the blood.
it's not autoimmune, but you
No.
could think of it like autoimmune. It's like once those mast cells get activated, it's trying to, I want to say calm them, and that's just not the right word, but
Correct.
mast cells. Yeah. So, I mean, what mast cells do is mast cells produce histamines.
Yes.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
So imagine somebody with their mast cells have replicated to a point where they just become sensitive to so many things.
I have so many people like this.
Oh, yes. Me too.
We need to work on this.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
I know.
And the ones that I've seen also have MTHFR mutations.
I didn't know that. Okay.
So it almost leaves them susceptible to that because their bodies are not detoxing properly. So then they get overloaded, which causes more mast cells to accumulate to specific things.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So that one becomes very complicated,
Yeah.
and it becomes management.
So I think we just figured out our next 3 episodes: mold, mast cells,
cell.
and Lyme.
And I want to go through some frequency stuff, right?
Right.
Rife. We want to talk about rife.
Can we please talk about
Rife's
rife?
my favorite.
I-
Favorite.
I
I don't know
wanna-
why everybody's never rife machine. I'm just gonna say.
We're gonna say it right now. The funny thing is, I haven't used your rife yet,
Oh.
and I have such a strong gut feeling about it.
Oh.
I have such a strong intuition about it.
Oh yeah.
And my whole being is like, work with the rife, work with the rife,
Oh, yeah.
work with the rife.
Oh yeah.
And so it's cool.
It sounds very similar to some of the frequency things you do, actually.
Yes, absolutely.
So I wonder what the differences are.
So what I love about rife,
Yeah.
So I call myself the light guide.
Yeah.
Because I so believe
Yeah.
in the healing potential of light.
Oh, and because rife is light frequencies as opposed to electrical frequencies.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Now here's where the magic comes in again.
Gotcha.
There is no dogma. There is no law. There is no perfect. I'm sure that some people will benefit from rife.
Yes.
And some people will benefit from electric microcurrent.
Yes,
So
correct.
this is the beauty of what we're going to be bringing
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Is that it's like we are taking it to this like amazing bio individual level.
Yes.
Oh, that makes me so
How about
happy.
magnets is another one,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. I
Placing-
can only learn so much, so I'm not going to learn the magnets, but we know a lot of people that do. So
I'm just throwing out another
I
frequency
can't
thing.
do it again. I'm going to stick with rife and FSM and nutrition,
Okay.
Yeah.
But just in the frequency world,
Yes,
how
there
many
are
things
magnets.
there are that, magnets and some of the other things that,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where this is huge is in aesthetics. This is where this is huge.
This is where we come from.
They're doing like frequencies. You can buy these little things that promote bone. It's basically like, I believe it's either ultrasound. I don't remember. So I have to look
We're
it
going to
up
look
again.
it up. Yeah.
But it's sending
'Cause
a
I'm curious.
frequency that's very specific to build bone. because wrinkles are from bone loss.
And collagen loss.
The collagen loss is from bone loss.
Whoa, I didn't know about. Okay,
So what happens is bones talk to muscle, talks to skin.
yeah.
As the muscle,
Oh.
as the bone starts to weaken over time with age,
Oh,
the muscles downgrade.
that's why people shrink.
That's why people shrink. Because the bones, first of all, the spine is collapsing, right?
Yeah.
So they shrink.
Yeah.
The bones shrink. So then they get weaker. So everything kind of starts to go down and
Right.
degrade.
Yeah.
And that is bone loss. That is bone loss.
Interesting.
And then for people, you ever have these older women that are going to the gym and they just can't build muscle?
Yes.
And I say, have you had a DEXA scan? Do you know you? Oh, yeah, I have osteopenia. You can't build muscle because you have osteopenia.
Yeah.
So let's give you strong bones.
Oh my God.
Stop worrying about the muscle.
It starts with the bones.
It does start with the bone.
I am so
I
on
follow
board with
this
that.
wonderful plastic surgeon. So I
Mhm.
don't know, like, if we can like name drop in a podcast like this, but I follow two of them. But one plastic surgeon, he's a holistic plastic surgeon, tells you
Ooh.
what you can do at home and what you can't.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So he's really into the frequencies
We're
and
gonna
all the
have to-
different frequencies.
I'm going to have to research this.
And this is where I learned about the bone. His whole thing is, you start looking like this, that is from bone loss.
Get out of
So
town.
he uses this thing to stimulate bone. And he shows before and after. And it's amazing just that and how it stimulates collagen automatically.
Oh.
Because if you're doing that, you're also doing the other things. Your
Right.
RF frequency is to help stimulate collagen.
Yeah.
You're taking collagen, right?
Yeah, clearly.
It's called, in biohack, it's called stacking, right?
Oh,
so we're all stacking.
I love a good stack.
We're all stacking.
Oh, it's probably my love language. Stack.
We're all
Biohacking.
stacking.
Whoa.
Right? The tape, the mouth tape, and
I
this and the
know.
eye mask and block
Yeah.
the blue light and all the things, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people say to me, but I don't want to become dependent on these things. I don't want to become
I love when they say that.
right.
I love when they say that. You don't want to be dependent on that. You're aging.
Yeah.
If you want to say that at 30,
Fine.
I can't argue that. Don't take anything. Eat food, eat good, organic, healthy food, and hope you
walk
get enough
and-
minerals from that.
Exactly.
Right?
Which you probably aren't. but-
Probably aren't, but you're 30, you'll recover.
Yeah.
But if you come to me over 50, and you're like, oh, I want to get off all my supplements. I've had 2 clients do that. And I say, okay.
You want to stop putting gas in your car?
You're degenerating. You've been degenerating since you were 25. You're now
Right.
55.
Right.
And you don't want to supplement the body in order for it to recover so you don't degenerate as fast. My brain's just not making sense of that. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm like, we're getting hit by toxins
I mean,
all the time.
if you weren't even talking about that,
Right.
right?
Let's just
So
take that out. Yeah.
Take that out. Here's the analogy I gave my client this morning. You're in a boat,
Mhm.
and over time in this boat, as you age, you get a little hole. And
Uh-huh.
then you get another little hole.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now add toxicity.
Oh.
Right? So for her, it was gluten. And
Uh.
I said, now you ate gluten, you can take a drill with a giant drill bit and drill another hole. Right? So I said, you got a bucket this big.
Yeah.
How much water can you get out of this sinking boat? When you are aging and degenerating, you are a sinking boat.
And how tired are you going to get trying to keep that water out of the boat?
Right.
That's exhausting.
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 And then what happens?
Yeah.
What happens? They degenerate more. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So, and lots of things, but what puts the biggest hole is stressors, right?
Yeah.
They can be environmental. They can be food.
Yeah.
Right?
Emotional.
Right?
Huge, I don't want to be woo-woo, but emotions are such a big one because they set up and they set off chemical reactions in your body, right? The first time I learned about that was through my meditation teacher. And when he was explaining and showing to us the studies that he's doing, and he's like, if you think this way, you create healing chemicals in your body. If you do this, you're creating healing chemicals in your body. But if you do this, you're creating cortisol and, degenerative chemicals in your body. And I was like, the first time I like that clicked for me, I was like, whoa.
Well, I don't think that people understand. I'm always surprised how many people don't understand the fight or flight mechanism and biologically what it does in the body.
Yes. So that's that just took the woo out of all of it.
Oh, totally. It's biological.
It's
So
biological.
imagine, you go back 200-300 years and you're in some cottage on a farm in the middle of wherever, and you're doing your thing and you're playing with your kids and this and that. And a mountain lion comes over the edge.
Yeah.
Your body goes into a state you're either going to run, save your kids, or you have to fight this thing.
Right.
And what your brain does is it goes into anything you've ever learned about running or fighting.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Everything else shuts off.
It shuts off. And guess what shuts off? First of all, the body works on resources. You do not have enough battery to run every single thing in your system at 100% all the time. That's just biological. It doesn't work that way.
Nope.
So what your system does is it takes resources and it allocates it here and it allocates it here. You ate a big meal. You know why you get tired? Because your body just allocated its resources to your digestive system. So now you can't get up and run around. This is why you get tired after a Thanksgiving meal.
And you're not supposed to go have a cup of coffee or an energy drink after that to make yourself go do 10 more things at night.
Oh, yeah, because now you're just disrupting the process, right? So this is what it does. It allocates. So guess what it allocates energy from when you're in fight or flight? Digestive system.
First and foremost. Yeah.
Your immune system.
Gut, immune, brain.
Your reproductive system.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So those three things, your body says, we're not going to worry about reproducing. We are not going to make a baby right now.
Hell no.
We are not going to digest. That's why some people have a bowel movement, right? When they get frightened.
Yes.
Because the digestive system resets itself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And your immune system. Do you ever have a stressful event and then get the flu?
Just did.
Right?
Just did.
Okay. So that's what happened. So it allocated resources. It took resources from here, allocated it to your circulation.
Yeah. Because you got to run.
Because you got to run or fight. And it actually takes the circulation, changes it. So instead of circulation going here, it goes to other parts of your body.
Like your heart,
either in
your
case
muscles.
you get, yes, so that you can fight or run, right?
Yeah.
So when you're in a chronic state of that, you're not digesting. Oh, and let's talk about that people are having reproductive issues.
Oh, the nation of it.
Right?
I was that. I was in fight or flight.
Yeah.
I was in a stressful marriage.
Yep.
How
and
was
then
I
when
ever
they do
going to make a
I
baby?
want to have a baby. Oh, let's do IVF. Oh, I'm going for my shots. It's like, wow.
Whoa.
If they just knew to trip the vagus nerve again and again and again.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying some things aren't biological.
Oh, there's no one answer. We're not saying no,
not
at all.
But it is interesting that in our modern lifestyle, infertility has gone up.
So I was like, when I went through that infertility phase, I was like, what is going on? There is something bigger, like full clinic. No, first of all, there's clinics for it.
Full. It's huge. IVF is huge.
And I was like, I have perfect periods. I was like, there was no answer to why. Yeah. And they're like, they deemed me with, what was it? Indescribable infertility. Oh, undiagnosable infertility.
Oh, because there was nothing mechanically wrong. Nothing. Your hormones were fine.
Yeah.
That's the perfect case of fight or flight, where your body says, we're not going to reproduce.
This is not an environment for. Right. And I remember telling my ex-husband, I was like, how am I going to go through IVF in the state that my body's in?
Oh, you knew that.
Oh, I knew it even then. Oh, I was like, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. I was like, you're going to push my system beyond what it can do.
Yeah.
You know,
it was and you intuitively knew.
Fully.
Yeah.
And then what I did, this is how smart our bodies are.
Oh, yeah.
I started going through it. And I didn't know the system then. I didn't know anatomy. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
But I would take a shot and I would feel it. I would feel it work through my body and I would feel something happen and I would get dizzy.
Oh.
And I wouldn't feel well. And I would call the nurse and I would say, like, I don't feel well. I feel dizzy when this is happening. Something's not right. And they were like, oh, you're just, being excessive. And like, they got annoyed with me because I would call and ask all these questions. Right. And I'm like, you're putting my body through all this stuff. And I literally would feel something hit my head, and I'd be like, whoa, like I'd feel like we went to it didn't work. IVF didn't work. My ex-husband was like, I still want a baby. And I was like, all right, let's go to a second opinion. I went to the second opinion, and I told the doctor what was happening. He goes, oh, do you want to know why that's happening? When you take that shot, it blocks your pituitary gland from making the hormone.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because we need to reserve that hormone so that when it's time, we push that hormone out and you make a ton of eggs. And I was feeling it. Isn't that amazing? That's how intelligent our body is.
Yeah.
I know.
See,
I was
that's
feeling
listening, right?
it hit my pituitary gland, block it. And my brain was trying to make it. And the medicine was like, not time right now.
Wow.
That's
amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
How in
I'm
tune
grateful
you are.
Yeah. How in tune we all are.
Well, and that is true.
If we learn.
Yeah.
What?
And if we're not gaslit.
That as well.
Right?
So I was gaslit.
Right. You were feeling it.
Yeah.
And you were told,
just cut it out.
Stop being so cuckoo.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Stop being so cuckoo.
Yeah.
And I happen to know nurses and some doctors and how they talk.
Some of them are amazing.
They are.
Some of them have
but
been
the
so
funny
sweet.
stories in the background, like, oh, we had this crazy one today.
I was that
right.
way.
So I'm sure in the background they're like, oh God, this lady keeps calling.
And they stopped answering my calls.
Yeah. Gaslit.
Literally. Yeah.
Gaslit. Nobody's ever honored for where they're at. Some people are that sensitive and they do understand their body.
Exactly.
And a lot of people are tuned out.
Right.
Fine. But if you're that sensitive and you understand your body, then you're cuckoo.
Right.
That's unfair.
That's so unfair.
Yeah.
I know. And listen, the system is the system, and they have the time that they have, and they have the resources that they have.
Yes.
So all I would like to say is let's offer an alternative.
Yes.
Let's offer an alternative to that.
Yes, totally.
That might solve the problem.
Yeah.
Quicker and easier than you might have ever expected.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Yes.
So let's plan on having more episodes.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I feel like we just came up with 10 more episodes.
Yep. I think we did.
And you know what? Maybe we should ask our audience, what do you guys want to know about?
Yeah.
What's going? Hey, list below what's going on with you. What are you dealing with? What are you struggling with? So that we can know what else to talk about, because we want to hear from you.
Yes.
We want to help you.
Yes. We also have a Patreon where we have exclusive content and extra videos. So don't forget to join us over on Patreon. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you get notified when we upload new content. Welcome.
We'll see you there.